Moya watate, moya kainda yahu. Ibana moya watate aye. Moya kainda yahu. Yebi moya.
Take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, twist. And on your twist, you want to keep your legs strong and engaged to hug in, muscle to bones. Then press. If you have your hands on your heart center, press your palms open. And if you have your hands splitting, reach your upper hand all the way up to the roof. Warrior 2, opening your hands. Now you're dropping your back heel on the floor and being like a strong warrior. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, extended side angle. Maybe put your right elbow on your thigh or your fingertips to the floor. Take a long breath in here. Exhale, spin your whole chest up to the sky, creating some opening with your upper body. 2 more here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. Hands on the floor. Low push-up. Hug your elbows into your rib cage. Upward facing dog. Point your toes. Move your shoulders up and back. Downward facing dog. Exhale all the way out. Step your left leg forward, coming up into crescent lunge on the left side. Then starting with your feet. Turn your left leg to face 12 o'clock. Then lift your back heel all the way up. Nice. From your back leg, squeezing your muscles to your bones. Hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, twist. Left elbow, right knee, twist. And you can choose to do hand splitting or keep your hands to your heart center. Now deep breath in here. Exhale, twist and rinse. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Now exhale.
All right, welcome back. You're watching the Power Breakfast Show, and you know every Tuesday we focus on matters fitness, health, nutrition, and this morning it's all about fitness, and we are going to be learning about yoga, an ancient form of exercise, has different forms of yoga, becoming very big in the country. A lot of misconceptions about it here and there, but we'd want to engage you. 22422 is the SMS line. Should you want to get in touch with us this morning, you can get us on Twitter. The hashtag is Power Breakfast. Any questions you have in regard to yoga as a form of exercise, please get in touch with us, and our guest this morning will be able to explain a bit more on that. And I want to quickly hand you over to Willis Raburu because he's on the other side of the studio. Well, he has a special guest, and we'll have a small chit-chat before we go back into that. Willis?
All right, thank you very much. Like Kirigo said, 22422 and hashtag Power Breakfast. We have an amazing guest all the way from the US of A.
Yeah.
And so I have to get this right. Dan Nevins.
Yes.
For some reason I kept calling him Nate.
Nate, he must be a good guy, but Dan Nevins.
Yes. So Dan Nevins is here. He joins us today, and he has an amazing story. And we're going to get you to do that. But he definitely has a love for yoga, because even as Catherine here was telling us to breathe in, you are standing here, but you are taking the deep breath as well.
I can't help it.
All right. So tell us about your story as well, because you go and you speak to people. And Dan is an amputee, by the way, and he teaches and practices yoga. So tell us about your story.
So for me, Willis, I was a soldier, and I was deployed to serve in combat in Iraq in 2004, and then on November 10th, 2004, my life was changed forever when an improvised explosive device detonated beneath my vehicle, sending it 6 feet in the air in a ball of fire. And as a result, I wound up losing both legs below the knee. I lived with a traumatic brain injury and all the invisible wounds of war. And for me, yoga wasn't an option because, one, I was a guy. Yeah, so I thought it was for ladies, and that, I didn't own spandex, and like, you're never going to catch me in yoga pants, like all these things. So I never did it. But what I did was found that I needed to give back to other veterans. So I worked for an organization called Wounded Warrior Project, who is there from the hospital bedside all the way for the rest of their life, doing different programs to help heal the body, the mind, encourage economic empowerment, whether that's school or jobs, and engagement with each other, their families, and their communities. And I love that, and I got to play competitive golf. And I did a lot of things that fueled my ego, because it was nothing like being an amputee and then beating someone with legs at golf, or riding my bike across the country faster, stronger. Those things kept me healthy from the invisible wounds of war, but I really wasn't treating them. I was ignoring them, finding something else to do. And then 2 years ago, I had a surgery on my right leg, and I couldn't wear my right leg for 8 weeks. And I was home alone, recovering for those 8 weeks. And one thing I learned in my time in veteran service was that there's 400,000 U.S. service members that live with the invisible wounds of war, PTSD. And I didn't identify with that because I was too busy chasing it away. And then 320,000 that live with a traumatic brain injury, and I identified with that. And there were 53,000+ of them that had physical wounds, and I totally related with that because my legs were gone. But then there was a statistic that I didn't understand, and that was that 22 of veterans of war take their own lives every day. And I never understood until I was home alone for 8 weeks. And
during that period of
period of time, and because I couldn't chase those thoughts away with riding my bike, because I couldn't ride a bike. I couldn't climb a mountain, which I climbed Kilimanjaro right here in your backyard in 2010. And I couldn't do those things, so I was left alone, and a friend of mine suggested yoga. I told her she was crazy, like no. So she started me on meditation. She said, will you try meditation? And then so I started and I tried, and I saw real results in my life, almost instantly. And then I made the mistake of calling to say thank you, and then she said, you owe me some yoga. And then that's where it started.
So that's how you got into yoga. All right, cool. So of course it's an interesting story over there. Maybe just to find something before we get you here as well, and get some questions also from Kirigo and everybody, is that now you do yoga and you try to teach people to use it to get over the invisible wounds. Talk about that.
Yeah, so what's great about yoga is it's this ancient form of exercise, and the only thing it is, it's about getting present in your body. And when you are, I mean, if you can see, like they're doing these poses, it's really difficult to do. And when you're so
it's not easy. Let's start there.
Let's start. Yoga is not easy. So for someone that's at home thinking, oh, yoga, it sounds easy, it's just stretching. Yeah, there's a lot of stretching in it, and there is ease in it, but it's not easy. And so when you're so focused on your body, you can't be in your thoughts. Thoughts about, I wish something different happened, or your past, or anything that's a negative experience. You're locked up in your head about what that is, or the anxiety over the future, like, oh man, what's tomorrow going to be like? What's the rest of my life? I don't have legs. How's it going to be? Am I going to be a good dad, a good husband, a good father? Like, those questions go away, because the only thing you can focus on is what's real and what's really happening right now on your mat. And giving yourself that break just gives your brain time to deal with everything that's happening, and then you get to create the future that you want by doing something really good for yourself in the present. And it's really good because it takes a focus on your breath and tying your breath to movement. So it's basically like meditation in motion. And it's been incredibly healing for me and hundreds of other warriors that I've taught. They've all found the same peace in yoga. So. And it's not just warriors. It's not just soldiers. It's anybody, because we all live with invisible wounds from our own wars. That a lot of people don't even know we're fighting. And this is just a great chance to be good to yourself and get physically fit, and in the same process do a whole lot of good for your life, your relationships, and basically everything.
All right. Okay. Cool. So let's toss it over back to Kirigo as she's watching the yoga as well. So Kirigo.
Alright, thanks Willis, and as you can see, we are joined by three beautiful ladies here. There is Paige Allenson, she's the executive director of the Africa Yoga Project. There's Catherine Jerry, she's a yoga instructor, and Faith Njeri. Thank you very much for coming. I think you should first
sit on
Finish
a
your set and then we'll get to talk. So finish.
Right, even as you do that. Nate.
Oh, they're done.
Damn, sorry, man.
It's okay.
You need to have like a.
I'm gonna go by like Nate Dog.
Nate
right?
Dog.
Exactly.
So maybe you can prepare to join them as well, because you also practice yoga.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so
I do. I'll jump right down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect.
All right.
And as he's getting his position, I'd want to talk to Catherine because you're a yoga instructor. It's been in Kenya for a few years now. One, how is the uptick? Are we seeing more people getting interested in yoga?
Yes, now we have a lot of people interested in yoga. So we work with Africa Yoga Project, and we started in 2009.
Yes.
I did my first teacher training in 2009, and coming back, we were supposed to come back and teach to our communities. So I'm from Kariobangi North, and I was supposed to go back and teach in my community. And first of all, no one have ever heard about the word yoga.
Yes.
And the people who heard about yoga, they either thought it was a weird Indian religion or somewhere we sit and do nothing. But with time, I started recruiting. My mom was my first client, and her friends, they could come into the social hall and do yoga. And then all of a sudden, I started enrolling all these young moms or teen moms in my neighborhood because they were around doing nothing. Like, yeah, let's just go and work out. We started with the benefits of just looking nice and being comfortable in our own skin. And then with time, all the women I was teaching started talking about the other benefits they were getting from yoga. And I remember one person saying they loved the concentration they have as a woman, and a Kenyan woman in the slums. You have to do your side business, clean your house, do your dishes, watch your kids cook, and all that needed concentration. And they're like, yeah, I can do multiple things at the same time. And I sleep better, and people are like, I understand people better, and all of a sudden we started to have people.
And that's because of the level of concentration you have to put in when you're doing yoga.
Yes.
But there's also the issue of many people saying that this is some sort of, you know, salutation to different gods. There's a misconception that when you're doing yoga, when you're doing certain poses, you're praying to, you know, different gods. Maybe you can demystify that for us.
The type of yoga we teach power yoga, and we are not saluting to any god.
Yes.
There's no god we are worshipping. So I'm a Christian, and we all have our own religions, and we go to church. There's no prayers we do. We just exercise and get all the.
But there's a lot of connection to the earth.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, we have to be grounded to the earth. We have, you know, for people, a lot of time when somebody's stressed or somebody's crying, you're told to ground. What does grounding look like? And it's easy to explain to people grounding using their physical body, the connection to the earth, using the physical body, rather than just telling them, relax, breathe in, breathe out. Like how is that done? When I show them in their physical body, it's easier now to take it into their real life.
Okay, so I think we'll go into a set because we want to see. Now you're confusing me. Dan, get into it, and then we'll talk as you know it goes along. But maybe you can explain to us what you're about to do next.
So we're going to do. Thank you for calling the app. We're going to do the sequence we call grounding, and it's a series of movements. And in our practice, we use this sequence to use the ground, and also from the ground, then somebody can expand from inside out and open up. And
so yoga is more about inside out, from the inside to the outside.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, take downward facing dog. And just take a deep breath in here, find your ground, find your mat. Long breath out. Now step your right leg forward, come up into warrior one, reaching both all the way hands up to the sky. Open your hands into warrior two, split and focus, gaze. Straighten your right leg and take a triangle pose. So you want to check in with your feet, make sure your right leg is facing 12 o'clock, the front of the room, and your back leg, the small toe is pressing on the way on the earth. Then hugging your muscles, squeezing, you're really nice and firm, grounded. Now start to twist and open. You're really opening your upper body and at the same time toning your legs. Slowly come up to standing. Turn your feet to face same direction. Bring your hands onto your wrists. And breathe in, look up, breathe out, bow forward, fold. Really working the back of your legs. You want your hamstrings to relax, and you can drop your hands on the earth, on the floor. And drop your head, relax. You want a nice relaxed head. Take a long breath in. Long breath out. Hands back to your waist, come up to standing. Turn your right leg to the front of the room. Close the distance between your feet. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, fold. Go as far forward as you can. Maybe give a kiss to your right knee. You know, spreading some love to your knee. Take a long breath in here. Exhale, take twisting triangle pose. Twist, left hand to the outside of your right knee. Then your left hand all the way up to the sky. Twist. You know, you're twisting from inside, pumping fresh air, fresh oxygen into your organs. And low push-up, high plank, low plank, up dog, open, shoulders back, downward facing dog with an exhale. Switch sides, step your left leg forward, warrior one, inhale, find your abs, find the ground, no foundation. Open your hands into warrior two. Keep your core active, so you're also using your core here, shoulders back, straighten your left knee, and take Trikonasana, triangle pose on your left side. And go back, lean back. Imagine there's a wall behind you and you're leaning back. The more strong foundation you have, the more back you're going to go. So hug in, squeeze in. Shoulder blades touch at the back. Open your heart to the universe and come up to standing. Both hands on your waist. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow forward, fold as far as your body can allow you to. Drop your hands on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Two more. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your nose. One more. Breath in through your nose. Inhale. Exhale, find your way to standing. Come up, turn your left leg to the front of the room. Close the distance between your feet. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Now you're sending some love to your left knee. Drop your hands on the floor or your shin, your choice. And again, from the ass, ground. Then pull your belly in. And just allow your upper body to soften, relaxing forward. Deep breath in here. Long exhale. Take twisting triangle. Right hand to the outside of your left leg. And then twist. And twist your feet rooting down to the ass. Then your sitting bones pushing to the back wall. The top of your head to the front of the room. Nice long spine. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Shoulders up and back. Downward facing dog. Take your hips back. 3 breaths on your down dog. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Full breath in. Long exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, high push up. And lower yourself all the way down to the ass. Prepare for igniting sequence. And come up into locust pose. Shoulders back, press your shoulder blades into your spine, lift your leg, you know. Now you're trying to tighten and to tone the back of your body, strengthening your spine here, and slowly release. One more time, come up, locust pose. Shoulders back, press your shoulder blades into your spine, look forward, now breathe, smile, and come down.
For those who are watching at home and are wondering, how does yoga benefit me? I mean, am I going to lose weight, or am I just stretching the muscles? What exactly is, is going to be a benefit for me?
Yeah, it looks very intense.
Yeah, it's in yoga you get all the benefits you need in your body. Like it's what each and every muscle, so you get toned body. I don't get very masculine, but my body gets really toned nice and well. And also the flexibility. It's very important for our bodies to be flexible, so that we don't get easily injured. There's a lot of that benefit of toning. If you want to lose weight, you can lose weight, but you also have to watch your diet.
Yes.
Yeah.
You talked about working with people from your community going back to Kariobangi North, a lot of people then would think yoga is elitist, but it's not. It's open to everyone.
Yoga is open to everyone. By the way, in a normal world, yoga is very expensive, and that's why we have Africa Yoga Project, and that's why I love this organization so much, because you have to pay like around 2,000 for a class to go to a yoga, and there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of trauma and stress everywhere in the world, and what we're doing with our Africa Yoga Project, we're making sure we are reaching everyone. If you can pay, pay your 2,000. If you can't pay, come for a free yoga class.
Yeah, come for a free yoga class. Okay. All right, Willis, any feedback?
Yes, we started to find out from Dan. Yes, I got it right. From Dan, talk about how, like you're saying, this is benefiting your body and everything, but also you talk about reaching out to veterans as well.
Yeah, so
or soldiers rather.
Yeah, so this is so good for your body. It's also something that anyone can modify. So, like I always say, that yoga is for everybody and everybody. Because no matter what happened, there's a way to modify the pose. So, like you saw, my poses didn't look like face. And that's perfectly fine, because energetically it's the same movement. I'm still getting the same benefit, albeit completely with a different look of the pose. So for me, it's important to reach out to soldiers, because I know what it's like. And I know those, whether they're physical scars or physical disabilities or an invisible wound, I've been there. And it also takes someone who's been there to convince people sometimes to try it. So my whole method, my reason, my purpose is to get soldiers on their yoga mats. Because like, if I can do it, they can do it. And if they think it's not manly enough, like, we'll have a man contest. It's fine. Like, it's, like, I'm a man, right? And that's, I don't apologize for that. And yoga is just as good for me as a man as it is for Faith and Paige and Catherine as a woman. And it's all about proving to yourself that you can do it and allowing yourself the space to heal.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we want to see another set. We're about to come to the end, but we want to see another set. And maybe you can explain to us, in a yoga class, which I think is about 45 minutes to an hour, how many sets then do you do of the different movements and different, positions you're doing?
Well, so we do a lot of yoga poses, but we have categorized all of them into 11 sequences. So it takes 45 to 75 minutes, depending on what class you want to take. Yes.
Okay. All right. Maybe you can take us through the next one and explain to us what the next sequence is all about.
Yes, so we're going to get to the ground more into more stretching sequences. So we're going to start with our hips, downward facing dog. The next sequence works on opening. We call it opening sequence, opening our hips, the area around our pelvis. Step your right leg forward, half pigeon. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow forward, fold. And if you're practicing with us at home, watch your back leg, toes pointing straight to the back of the room, and then bring your pelvis to be neutral, so you're not lying on one side too much. Make sure your pelvis is neutral on the same side. And you can either come on your forearms, like Faith, come on your forearms instead of going straight. Yeah, you can stay here or do as Dan or Paige is doing. Now just breathe in here, deep breath in through your nose, and then long breath out of your nose. We're going to take 4 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale, release, inhale, exhale, and start to let go of the tightness and tension around your hips area. One last breath in, exhale all the way out. Come up and sit to your right side. Then you're going to swing your left leg all the way forward. Take double pigeon. So you want your left ankle on top of your right knee. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, either bring your hands at the back or fold forward. Or lie on the back and do what Dan is doing, your choice. Easy breath in here. Long breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, take downward facing dog. And take half pigeon now on the other side. Do the same thing on the other side, left leg. And here you'll notice that one side of your body is more open than the other side, and it's okay. When you're ready, fold forward. Again, watching for your alignment. So your back leg straight to the back of the room. Your pelvis is neutral. And you can have your heel all the way forward or your heel next to your hip, depending on how your body feels at this moment. And start to take your breath all the way down to your hips. And then when you let go, exhale, let go tightness, let go tension. Inhale here. Exhale and start to be comfortable in this uncomfortable pose. So it's very uncomfortable here. And start to be comfortable. You're letting go what you need to let go to be fully present on this pose. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Come up, take double pigeon. So swing your right leg all the way forward. Inhale, reach both hands up, reach. Exhale, bow forward, fold. Again, as far as your body can allow you without pushing anything. You're not trying so hard, try easy. Folding your way into the pose. Using your breath as your most powerful tool here. You know, knowing that you're worth the effort of this pose. 1 last breath in. Exhale, come up. Straighten your legs forward and shake your legs out. Shake out. Take your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And inhale, reach both hands up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward, fold. And again, you reach as far as your body can allow you to. Some of us maybe are just grabbing our shin, or some of us are grabbing our ankles, or all the way to the feet. It's your choice. Easy breath in here. Easy breath out. So you don't have to touch your toes to come to a yoga class. We get you where you are, and then you walk from where you are towards where you want to be. Switch sides. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale again, fold forward. Really focusing on what is the experience right now, right here. What do you feel in your physical body? Then add that with your breath. Ujjayi breath. Really good pose here, especially if you have lower back pains. This is a nice pose to do. And if you sit a lot in your work, you can do this pose even in your office. Both legs forward. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, and again, bow forward, fold on your seated forward fold. Again, where you are, some of us are grabbing our ankles or our shins or even our feet. What is important for you here is to make sure you don't have a round back. So soften your knees, like tiny bend on your knees, so you don't have to have your legs straight. Tiny bend on your knees, that gives you more access to your lower back, and then you can have a nice flat back. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, keep your toes active. 1 more breath in. Exhale, slowly come up. Lie on your back. Hug your right knee to your chest. Drop your right knee to the left side, supine twist. Come back to the center. Supine twist on the other side. Go for it. Twist. Then slowly come back to the center and hug your knees into your chest. And like this is my favorite pose, and can't leave a yoga class without this pose. Take Savasana, deep rest. Anytime you go to a yoga class, wait for this one. It's our last pose. Allow your whole body to just drop heavy, your feet to the sides. Allowing your muscles, we've been working hard, just allow your muscles to relax. You're staying to the present moment, to what's happening around you, listening to all the sounds around you. You know, getting out of your head into the now moment. And if you find yourself lost again in your thoughts, and it will happen, just come back to listening.
Yeah, I must say that I've also exhaled. Like I've done the inhaling and the exhaling exercise. So I guess I'm also cool, calm and collected. Alright, well that was a tidbit on what yoga is and what it is about, and it's like Catherine has told us, slowly picking up here in Kenya. There's the Africa Yoga Project that does a fantastic job. Kindly quickly tell us where your classes are.
So we are in Parklands, Diamond Plaza. Go to the 4th floor of the old building. We have classes throughout the week. And I have one class that I want to invite you and all of you at home. It's a big Saturday community class. The class is by donation, and we have lunch. We usually have over 250 people come.
From what time?
From 10 to 12.
From 10 to 12. And
fun.
And this is at the Diamond Plaza. I've been there once or twice before, so I know what it's about. But thank you so much for coming and just showing us an alternative form of exercise. As you've said, you stretch and you tone and you become more flexible, and that's one thing, you know, we can all strive to be. So thank you once again for coming. We're coming to the end of the Power Breakfast show this morning, and on behalf of everyone, we want to say thank you very much for joining us. We hope you've been informed, you've been educated, and have been entertained. On behalf of everyone who makes this show a success, my name is Kerry Rongarwa, wishing you a fantastic Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Willis?
Alright, maybe as we leave and as Nate is getting ready, you can tell us how guys can contact you if they have any questions. Or
yeah, if there's any questions about yoga or military guys, soldiers doing yoga, they can use my website, dannevins.com, and be happy to answer any questions. And just right now, I'm going to put my legs on and get ready to do life, right? So yeah, it's if you're afraid of yoga, I would say don't be afraid until you try it.
Don't be afraid.
That's it. Fear stands in our way in a lot of things. And it's funny, people say, I'm not afraid of yoga. So then it's like, okay, so then why haven't you been? And it's a free class right here at Diamond Plaza at the Shine Center, and it is amazing. So there's no reason not to try. And they'll feed you lunch too. So
yeah, that's very important, especially for me. All right, exactly. And also, you can also find Dan on Twitter and Instagram as Dan Nevins, and like you said, also on his website, dannevins.com as well. So thank you so much for coming, and
thanks,
we'll continue to inspire guys. Thank all of you guys for coming as well. And also, so we're coming to the end, like Irigo said. I remember later on in the day, the big question is coming, so you want to keep it at Citizen TV Kenya to find out exactly what we'll be discussing. Oh, and then, okay, Dan is up and ready.
Ready to go.
And you're ready to go. Ready to do life as well. So, okay, cool. So, there you have it. My name is Willis Aburu, reminding you as always that successful people look like you, and of course, the great Manchester United. Have a wonderful day.